everyone. Welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making Croissant Rolls. And these are super delicious. They're going to be layers of little chapatis that we're going to be making. And I'm going to be filling these with a homemade filling, which is made of potatoes, carrots, and peas. Now I have a video of that, and if you finish watching this whole video, at the end you will see a little sign up here or up here on the on your screen, and you can click on that and it'll take you right to the filling video. Now this filling can be used, you can use ground beef, you can use ground chicken, you can use shredded chicken, you can use beef, shredded beef, anything that you want. So it's a very versatile recipe. So here I have all the ingredients. So let's go ahead and review the ingredients. So for our ingredients, we have 6 cups of white all-purpose flour. We're going to add about a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of shortening. Now this is vegetable shortening. We're going to be using 3 eggs. I actually mistakenly already mixed it, but there is 1 cup of water and 1 cup of milk in here, so we have a total of 2 cups. And then I have some extra water here that we'll see if we need. I have 1 cup here, and then we're going to be using 2 teaspoons of yeast. Now in the summer I use 1 teaspoon, but when it's cold in the winters in the summers I use 1 teaspoon. In the winters I use 2, just because I want more yeast in there so it comes up faster in the winter months. So today I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons in there. So corn or sugar, yeast. So now I'm just gonna mix the yeast in here really well, because I want it to start bubbling, so that way I know that the yeast is active, and once it starts bubbling it actually expedites the process of it getting really nice, and it's gonna proof really easily. It may take lesser time, so we're just gonna wait. I think I'll give it about 5-10 minutes. When we come back, we're gonna start kneading the dough. Salt or namak, shortening, you want to make sure that you take the shortening and kind of massage it into the flour. This will really help with making it nice and soft, as well as our layers are going to turn out really good. And then you can see here that our yeast is ready. See how it has started frothing, which is perfect because this is really going to help the dough to rise quicker. Eggs or mayai or inda. So you can see here that I transferred this on the tabletop because I had more room to really knead this dough really well. And wanted to let you know that the mixture that was in here, which was the 1 cup water and the 1 cup milk, that is all we needed for this dough. So the extra 1 cup water that we have, we did not have to use that, okay? So no extra water was required, but again, your dough your flour might be different, you don't add it all like I did, because I'm confident I use this flour all the time, so I knew. But if you don't know, don't add the 2 cups, the 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of water right away. Just add 1 cup and then slowly add the rest, okay? So now we're gonna let this rest, and I want it to proof. It's gonna be double in size, and then I'm gonna show you the next step we're gonna do to make our croissant rolls. Our dough, I could have waited longer for it, but I'm really running out of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we're gonna do next with this. So we're gonna divide the dough in half. I'm gonna put the other half of the dough away for now. Make sure that it's covered. With this one here, we're gonna see how many sections we can get out of it that are almost the same weight, okay? The more sections you have, the more layers you're gonna have. And if you have the more layers you're gonna have, the better the croissants are gonna come out. I'm just making this smooth, and I wanna make them into nice rounds here. You can do them either this way, or you could just stretch it like so. Whichever way is easier for you, it doesn't matter how you do it. Okay, just pinch the bottom, there we go. I'm gonna do that with all of them. So I have started making my layers for the croissant rolls. You want to have them, I would say, 5 inches in throughout. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you just want to put a little bit of flour on the bottom, and then again just keep and roll all of them. Now the rounds that I got out of it were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna have 8, a total of 8 small chapatis or puris or rotis or pitas or whatever you want to call them. But and you try and get them almost at the same size. So just kind of eyeball it. It's just gonna be nicer layers, and and then I also have some butter out here. I have about 2, 4, 6, 7 tablespoons of butter, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do with the butter. And then here I also have I took an egg and I just beat it up really well. So we're gonna use this as our wash. And then I have some black and white sesame seeds we're gonna use as a garnish, and also some dried green parsley that we're gonna use as garnish. And so I am going to continue making my small chapatis. When we come back, I'll show you what the next step is. You can see here that I've started just putting the unsalted butter in between, just like that. And then I'm just layering all of them, and we're gonna continue to do this until we have all the chapatis or all the little chapatis that are done rolling here, till we have everything done, and then I'll show you the next step. I've just been patting this down just with my hands. This is great to get all the air bubbles out, or at least try and get all the, see that? All the air bubbles out. It helps. It just, see all that? It's easier to do it with your hand than it is with the rolling pin. All right, turn it around. Again, do the same thing. Now we're gonna add some flour, and we're gonna start rolling this until it looks like a giant supreme pizza. Okay. So I've just been rolling away. I'm sure you've been watching. Just want to make sure that it's not too thick, yet it shouldn't be very thin either. You're looking at about, I would say about 4 millimeters. And try and get it as circular as you can. That way, you know, we'll be able to cut it easily. Okay. You can see here I'm just cutting it like a pie or a pizza. And 3, 6, 9. You're gonna get 12 out of the first one, and then the other half of the dough we have remaining, you'll get about another 12, so 24 total. So I have started filling these up with my vegetable filling here. And again, like I mentioned, I will post that link of the video right above it. You will be able to see it. Then you just start stretching this just like that, and you're gonna have a beautiful layered like crescent looking rolls. Okay, so let's do one more. Okay, now if you have a smaller piece, don't worry, just roll it just a little bit. You can just take your rolling pin and just roll it a little thin. Not a big deal. They're not all going to be the same size unless you're geometrically going to cut them. Well, that's the fun thing about cooking homemade food, homemade stuff, that it's not all the same size. Okay, and keep on pulling it just a little bit. Roll, roll, roll. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I don't want to bore you, I'm going to finish rolling these up, put these in the oven for 375 degrees for about 40 minutes. I'm going to check at 30, see if I need to leave it in there longer or not. And if I do, I'll let you know. But I will come back and show you how I'm going to garnish these before I put them in the oven. So I'm just egg washing these, and if you have time, I would say leave them to proof again for another 20 minutes, but if you don't, just put them in the oven. They should be fine. So I'm just gonna finish this last one. Also, make sure that when you do the egg wash, that you get each and every bit of egg wash on there, so you don't have like two-tone colors. I don't know, it's just a pet peeve of mine, but if you don't mind, that's fine. You can also, you know, the ones that you've started, come back and do them again. The more egg wash that's on there, it's just gonna look so nice and shiny. Now, if you do want to use the egg on top, you can go ahead and just use evaporated milk. That makes it also shiny. But as far as using the egg inside, I have really not experimented. You could use yogurt for every egg, 1 tablespoon of yogurt you can use in the dough. And I know I have a lot of viewers that are vegetarian, so I thought I'll mention this. Okay, so once you have the egg wash on there, then you can just, you know, go ahead and add whatever little or garnishing thing that you want to add. It's completely optional. You can also do crushed paprika, or if you are brave enough, you can do the crushed red peppers, the one that are on the pizza. Or you could do cayenne if you want it, if you really wanted them spicy, and so you could do that. So you could do whatever garnish you want. So I'm just gonna pop these in the oven, and then I'll show you what they look like when they come out. So our crescent rolls are all done. The house smells amazing. They look so great. I can't wait to dig into these. Now, when they first come out, have them on a cookie rack so the bottom doesn't sweat. When you have it on the same tray, what happens is, because it's hot, you're gonna have a sticky bottom, and I hate when that happens. So I'm just gonna start placing them on my plate here, but they are still pretty hot. try and get into one here. And I don't know if you can see that we're still getting into the layers. See that? See that? And I don't know if you can see here, but there's a bunch of layers in there. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna give this a taste test. These are amazing. They're homemade, they're amazing. Now I have something turning in my head too as far as a dessert recipe using the same dough, but you guys will have to wait for that recipe. If you want to see that recipe, and if you want to be up to date with all the other recipes and videos, make sure and subscribe to this channel, share on Facebook, give me a thumbs up. Also, I'm on Twitter. I also have a Facebook page on Raihana's on Facebook. It's called Raihana's Cuisines, and I'm also on Instagram. So I hope I can see you here with the other wonderful recipes, and I'm telling you, lots more videos coming. For this video, I would like to take the time out, if I haven't said it that in the beginning, to thank Hassan, my son, for taking the time out to record so we can bring you wonderful videos. Thank you.